2 minutes. Yeah, good morning. Today we'll be discussing a little bit of money and the concepts of money, different forms of money, and we will slowly move from money into something called the banking system. Because end of the day, the banking system is based out of the different forms of money. So let's look at the major forms of money into how are they divided. Please look at this. Money forms. First is the actual money, which actually exists in terms of physical ways, and the other form of money is acceptable money. So not all kinds of monies are acceptable. For example, today, in today's world, if you can't tender 5 paisa coin, 10 paisa coin will not work in these days. So 5 paisa, 10 paisa, 25 paisas are not accepted. 2 rupees coins, the old 2 rupees coins are not accepted. So in for every phase or time, there is acceptable money and non-acceptable money. So let's look at what are the actual money forms. In actual money forms, you have metallic money, which are coins, copper coins, bronze coins, and all these coins. While paper money is the currency that we are utilizing. Now, within the metallic money, you have something called token money, which the definitions I'm going to give you in soon. And under paper money, you have representative money and convertible money and fiat money. This fiat money is very important. So this is representative money and this is convertible money. So money which can be changed from one form to the other. For example, you have dollars to rupees, rupees to dollars. That is convertible. And this is representative money. These are all the different forms of actual monies which are readily deliverable. The next form is acceptable money, money which is acceptable. In that you have legal tender, of which in legal tender again you have limited legal tender and unlimited legal tender. These are the two tenders. Tenders fundamentally means the form of currency, nothing else. Next, under acceptable money, money which banks circulate, that is called bank money, and the money which is taken as loan or credit, something which falls into your account, that is called credit money. So these are all the different forms of money which are there. So have a small glance at it and make this small notes. You can do that. So again I repeat, money forms: actual, acceptable. Under actual you have metallic, paper. Under metallic you have token, and under paper you have representative money, convertible money, and fiat money. Similarly, acceptable money, you have a legal tender, the currency notes that we use. In that you have limited money and unlimited tenders, and within the acceptable bank you have bank money as well as credit money. These are the different general forms of money forms. Now moving on, I will be giving you definitions of this one, of each of these forms. But before that, you need to know some terms. Something called you need to know this, something called so what do you mean by purchasing power? Purchasing power in simple terms, for example, if you have 100 rupees, with 100 rupees, what are the different goods or services you can buy, or products? It may be goods, it may be services, or it may be commodities. So what, with 100 rupees, what are the different items you can buy? That is called simply the purchasing power. What power does it have, and how many items, goods or services you can buy? That is called purchasing power. So this power, again, it can be in the form of coins or it can be in the form of notes, right? Now, in purchasing power, again, you have something called domestic purchasing power. So the minute domestic comes, it means it is within a particular geography. It may be our country, it may be anything. So fundamentally, domestic purchasing power is what you can buy within a particular geographical region. For example, rupee note. It is throughout India, you can use that rupee note anywhere within India. So that is a domestic purchasing power of rupee note. But you can't use the same rupee note at international level. For example, you go to the US, you can't take a rupee and say, come on, give me a product. You can't do that, because that is not the legal tender that they accept. So every currency will have a domestic region or a geographical region under which that particular currency will work. So that is called the domestic purchasing power of that particular legal tender or currency. That is called the purchasing power, domestic purchasing power. The next kind of purchasing power is international purchasing power. So what do you mean by international purchasing power? It is nothing but the same tender, if I use it in another country to get goods and services. International purchasing power, the power of your currency to buy goods and services from other countries. Your currency with respect to other countries. From other countries, if you are able to buy goods and services and commodities, all of these using your currency. For example, there are a lot of countries which accept US dollars within their geographical region. So US dollar has an international purchasing power. Similarly, India and Nepal. Rupee is also being slowly turning itself into an international denomination. Just like euros, how it became powerful in the European region, just like that, the purchasing power of your homeland currency, how is it useful at international level? That is called international purchasing power. That is the meaning of this. So a quick glance, purchasing power is nothing but the number of goods and services and commodities you can buy with your currency. That is called purchasing power. Again, within purchasing power you have two types. One is domestic purchasing power, one is international purchasing power. Domestic purchasing power is what you can buy within your particular geographical region. For example, I take 100 rupees, I go outside, I can buy onions, I can buy tomatoes, I can go for a haircut, I can use metro services, I can use railway services, all using rupee notes only. And that is all the services which I can utilize within my geographical region of India. So that is called domestic purchasing power. International purchasing power is nothing but your currency being utilized to buy goods and services at not your geographical region but outside your geographical region. That is called international purchasing power. So please take 2 minutes time, write down all these things in your own words. I think that would be great. Please write them down. I will be doing the next type. I hope all of you have written. So moving on to the next one. Next, there is a small concept called full-bodied money. What is the meaning of full-bodied money? Full-bodied money is nothing but whatever face value that particular money has and the market value of that particular money, if both of them are equal, that is called full body. Whatever the body shows, it has the same value in the market also, that is called full bodied money. So please take down a small definition of it. So write down, if the face value of the money, face value of that particular money, write down, if the face value of a particular money is equal to the value of the commodity, if the face value of that money is equal to the value of that particular commodity, it is called full bodied money. So this is very important, just put it. That is the meaning of it. Now, so this full bodied money is nothing but, as I told you, actual money it is. It is a form of actual money. Actual money is the money which actually circulates in your economy. Actual money is nothing but the money which is circulating in your economy, and all the payments and other things are made using that money. So that is called actual money. Now in actual money, this is full bodied money. As I told you, the face value of the money should be equal to the value of the commodity. That is called full bodied money. Next, please write down. If you want an example for full bodied money, you can take it like this. For example, if I give you a 1,000 rupee note or a 1,000 rupee value things, note or a coin, you go to a gold shop and you get exactly 1,000 rupees worth gold, then the face value is equivalent to the value of the commodity. That is called full bodied money. Another name which they use for full bodied money, it is also called standard money. It is also called standard money. This is what you have to know. So please take down this. Full bodied money is nothing but standard money, another name for it. It is a form of actual money which circulates in the economy. Full bodied money is nothing but when the face value is equal to the value of the commodity, then that is called full bodied money. That is the meaning of it. Next, let's move on. I hope all of you have written this. Next, moving on. There's the next form of money. It is called, the next form of actual money. I said there is something called token money. It comes under the metallic coins. So the next form of money is token money. Write down. If the face value of the money, face value of the money is more than the value of the commodity. If the face value of the money is more than the value of the commodity, such kind of money is called token money. For example, if I give 1,000 rupees note and I get a commodity which is more than 1,000, that means the value of the face value is more than the value of the commodity. For example, let's take this. If I give you $1 and I compare it with rupee. Here, tomatoes 1 kg, let's say it is 30 rupees. There, the value is $1. So where actual value of the commodity is only 30 rupees, but for $1 you are paying 80. So a situation where the value of the currency is more than the value of the commodity, that is called token money. That is the meaning of token money. I hope all of you understood. You just need to remember this point. The face value of the token money should be greater than the value of the commodity. If you remember this, I think that is sufficient. So just take this down. That is more than sufficient. See, they can ask simple questions in prelims based out of this, nothing else. Write down. Next. Moving on to the next one. Let's discuss about paper money. Paper money. So I told you there are three major forms of paper money. One is representative paper money. The other form of paper money is convertible paper money. And the third form is called fiat. These are the major forms of your paper money. So let's discuss one by one. First, let's talk about what do you mean by paper money. Paper money is nothing but the word itself says it is made of paper. Therefore, it is called paper money. made of paper. Our currency notes are all paper monies only, right? Now, just draw this flowchart and one by one we will start discussing about them. Very simple. So we will just write the keywords which are included for each one of them. Just take down this first and then we will go further definitions of each one of them. In simple terms, don't try to complicate it. So, the highlight point of the paper money is all these monies are linked to, please remember, they are all linked to gold reserves. Or they are also called bullions. All this money are link is with respect to gold reserves. So fundamentally, what do you mean by representative money is, for example, if I put 100 pieces of gold, what do I do is, if I want the required amount of money, what should I do? Let's say I put it in RBI. Let's say, example. If I put 100 pieces of gold, RBI will give the value of 100 pieces of gold in terms of paper. So first I have to put a reserve of gold with RBI. Then RBI will issue me the required or worth of that 100 pieces of gold to me. So therefore here the logic here is, whatever money I want, first I should put a reserve of gold pieces and that required amount I get it in terms of paper. Such kind of money is called representative money. The gold will represent the paper. More gold you put as reserve, more money you will get. Less gold, less money. Therefore, it is called representative. The gold represents the paper currency. Or once it comes in your hands, the paper is telling you how much gold you have put with respect to RBI. Therefore, it is called representative money. That is the first point. Please take down. I'll just dictate the definition. Write down. If paper is issued, keeping 100% gold reserve, if paper is issued keeping 100% gold reserve or gold coins, or it's also called gold bullion, then such kind of money is called representative money. Such kind of money is called representative money. Write down. That's the definition of representative money. I am done with this. Moving on to the next one. Convertible paper money. What do you mean by convertible paper money? The word itself says it is convertible. That means it moves from one form to the other form. What do you mean by it? Let's say I have paper money. If paper money is getting, for example, I give money in RBI, let's say, or some bank or somewhere. I give the paper part. And in return, if I am able to get back gold because I gave paper, this is step one. I give paper to the body gives gold to me. I give paper to the body gives back gold to me worth this paper. Then that kind of money is called convertible paper money. That means I am able to convert my paper into gold form. That is called convertible paper money. So I hope you have understood this. I will give you a small definition, so please take it down. If the paper money can be converted, if the paper money can be converted into gold coins or gold bullion, and please remember the word, the convertible money should happen on demand. It means I should have the power to go and ask the particular bank or RBI or someone, I will give you money, so I demand gold. So when I can do that, that is called convertible money. So write down, if paper money can be converted into gold coins or gold bullions based on demand, such kind of money is called convertible money. Such kind of money is called convertible money. So what are we fundamentally trying to do here? See, gold is a metal. What we are trying to do there is, paper and metal are linked. So what do? This is based on the metallic reserves which I have in the RBI. See, let's say the RBI does not have metallic reserves. I can't go and demand it. So the amount of money which can be circulated depends upon the metallic reserve which is present in the body which issues the currency. The more the reserve, the more the paper it can give. The less the reserve it has, less the paper parts it can give. That is the meaning of convertible money. I hope all of you have written this. So this is also done. This is done. This is done. Next, moving on. Fiat. This fundamentally it is inconvertible. Something which cannot be converted. In this case, if paper cannot be converted to gold or gold cannot be converted to paper, such a situation is called fiat paper money. So when situation is inconvertible from one form to the other, it is called fiat money. So just take down the definition quickly. So write down, fiat money is nothing but money which cannot be convertible, money which cannot be convertible into a full bodied coin or gold. Money which cannot be convertible into a full bodied gold or coins on demand, then such a kind of money is called fiat money. Such kind of money is called fiat or inconvertible money. Now this kind of situation arises when the reserves of gold or bullion or metal, the metal reserves are nil, or not enough metallic reserves are there. Under such scenario, this kind of money called fiat money is being circulated. So even if you don't have enough amount of, or when you don't keep metallic reserves at all, but still you are able to circulate money, such kind of money is called fiat money. So I hope all of you have understood the different forms of money. The first forms of paper money. Paper money, the link is always with respect to the gold reserves. So 100% face value, it is called representative money. If you are able to convert paper into gold, gold into paper, that is called convertible money. If you are not able to convert paper to money or gold to money, and full bodied coins or gold is not getting converted, then it is called fiat money. These are the different forms of paper money. This is what you have to understand. I hope all of you have got it. Just have a glance at these things, then move to the next one. Okay. It's about money. Right. Let's move on. So now we have finished actual money part. That is, we have finished the metallic part, we finished the paper part. Now we'll go to acceptable money. What is money which is actually circulated within the economy? We'll discuss about it. So let's move on. The next form of money, as I said, let's discuss about actual money. So there are a lot of forms in it. Let's discuss all of them one by one. Okay. The first kind of money is called, this is the most important form actually. It is called legal tender money. Legal tender money. Legal. The word itself says it is related to law. So I can nicely say money which has approval of law by that particular geographical region. Money which has approval of the law, saying that, for example, rupee is there. Legally we can exchange goods, service, commodities using this currency anywhere within the geographical region of India. But how did it come into place? It is because using law we have come to a conclusion that rupee can be used anywhere within the geographical region of India. So it has that particular paper currency called rupee as the legal right anywhere in India to utilize it to exchange goods, services and commodities within a particular geography. So since it is forming itself from law, it becomes legal tender. That is the meaning of it. So small definition, please jot it down. Money which is legally approved. I repeat, money which is legally approved and the people are bound by law, and the people are bound by law to accept it for all kinds of payments, to accept it for all kinds of payments, and which cannot be refused. That is the point. Cannot be refused. Within that particular geography, cannot be refused. Such kind of money is called legal tender money. Such kind of money is called legal tender money. That's the best part. Now, as I said, in this, again we have two types. One is limited legal tender, and the other one is called unlimited legal tender. In this, again we have two forms. One is limited tender and one is unlimited legal tender. Please draw this. We will define this and then we'll define this. So here, please look at it. The word limited itself is saying it is limiting itself. You can't go beyond that level. For example, now before that, just take down the definition. Legal tender, limited legal tender, limited legal tender can be utilized in payments, only up to a certain limit. Only up to a certain limit. For example, in many of the Asian countries, these 25 paisa coins and 50 paisa coins are the limited tender. They can't go beyond it. For example, in India also, you can't go beyond 2000 rupees note. Now 2000 rupees note is also removed. So you can't go beyond 500 rupees notes. So that is the limited legal tender. So there is a limit. You can't go beyond 500 rupees. Previously we had 1000 rupees notes. During that time, the maximum tender or forms of exchange you can do is only with 1000 rupees. Today, till recently, we can do with 2000 rupees legal tender also. Now 2000 rupees is banned, therefore we are coming down to 500. So currently the legal tender limit is only 500 rupees note. You can't go beyond it. That is called a limited legal tender. That is the meaning of. Next. Similarly, unlimited legal tender. The word itself says this is unlimited. Means, please write down, unlimited legal tender means that if the payments can go up to any limit, money which can be given in payments up to any limit, there is no limit for it, unlimited. That is a meaning. That is called unlimited legal tender. That is the meaning of it. Clear? I hope all of you have understood this. Legal tender money, in this you have limited and unlimited legal tender. That is the whole point. Right. Now, the next form of actual money, it is called bank money. The very most important point, bank money. So what is bank money and all that? We will do it right now. Bank money. Right on. It's fundamentally all those currencies which are utilized by banks, post offices, or you can say all financial institutions. All financial institutions. Currency which is being utilized by banks, post offices, or other financial institutions, they are called bank money. or bank currencies. That is the meaning of this one. Now let's look at what are the different formats of bank money. What is considered to be bank money? In this, what do we have? Under bank money, we have check. Under bank money, we have check. Write down. Check is nothing but write down. Check is nothing but a form of actual money, which is provided by the bank, to their respective account holders, Check is a form of actual bank money which is given to their respective account holders. So what is the advantage of the check? One account holder from his bank account can transfer the money to another bank account, from one bank account to another bank account without the need of physical money or physical presence. So what is check fundamentally? When you give a check, you can transfer money from one account to the other account or to a person without using physical money. That is very important. Without using physical money, I will be able to transfer the amounts from one account to the other account. That is called check. This is one form of bank money. So write down. Using check, a person can transfer money from its account. From one person to the other person. Without using physical money. I hope all of you have written this. Then we have something else. Please write down. I'm sure you know this. So you have bank money or banking money. Under banking money, we have first check. Then you have something called demand draft. In colloquial language, we call it DD. Demand draft, DD. This is another form. Check is one form, demand draft. And then you also have something called traveler check. You also have traveler check. And then you have something called postal order. So these are the different forms of banking money of which we are done with check. Now let's define what do you mean by demand draft. So demand draft is nothing but what do we do in demand draft? For example, I have to pay my fees. I pay DD to the bank. What is the advantage? For example, I am going to another state for studying. My fees, let's say it's about 2 lakh rupees. There is one way of doing it. One, I carry cash in my bag, go to the college, and the college will have its bank account. I go deposit in the bank account of the college. This is one way where I take the money, go to that particular college. The college will have its own bank account with respect to a bank. I go to that bank, deposit the money, and then my fees is paid. That is process one. Don't you think it's a very risky process carrying 2 lakh rupees in my bag and going as a student? One small mistake, everything goes off. Therefore, it is a dangerous situation. The chances of physical money being utilized is always dangerous. Therefore, safer way. What I will do is, I will deposit the money in a bank which is close to my place only. So what does the bank do? It collects money from me, and it also takes commission, because the bank will send that amount to the respective bank where you want to get a deposit. So fundamentally the bank is doing a service for you. Because it is doing service to you, it takes a little bit of commission out of the total amount. More the amount, more the commission they get. So this is one kind of service that bank does. So what you do, you go say, take this 2 lakh rupees, deposit, I put it in SBI for example. I go to SBI, I put 2 lakh rupees and say, you please pay this to Indian Bank account of so and so college. Let's say Indian Bank is there, it is associated with some engineering college or some college. I can't carry this, therefore you deposit it for me and take your commission. So since the bank is giving me service, I am paying small commission, and it becomes the duty of the bank to transfer that amount to that particular bank too. And for that this money is being deposited with respect to this bank who is going to shift this bank, we need a proof for it. So what you do? The bank gives us a sheet of paper where we fill the form and give it. They'll give a small counterfoil which says that, okay, a DD, a demand draft has been produced. So that is the meaning of demand draft. So what it does, it provides the service of transferring physical money or money from the account into another account through bank. So such kind of banking money is called demand draft. So take down the definition of demand draft. It is a prepayment tool. It is a prepayment tool. It is a prepayment tool issued by the banks after collecting the amount plus the commission. Demand draft is nothing but it is a prepayment tool by the banks where the banks collect the amount and also the commission for providing the service. This demand draft can be issued in the name of the individual, can be issued in the name of an individual, or a particular entity, or a particular entity and this demand draft can be received, please write down, can be received only at a particular branch, only at a particular branch at a particular place, only at a particular branch at a particular place. So the advantages, if I say I want this money to be deposited at particular bank in a particular place, then I have to give a issue, then the bank has to issue me a DD. That's called a demand draft. So demand draft is also done. So check ho gaya, demand draft ho gaya. Next, moving on to something called the traveler's check. Something called the traveler's check. Please write down. Please jot this down first. Just have a glance at it. In the meantime, we will do a little bit about traveler's check. What is traveler's check? Sorry. So fundamentally, traveler's check is fundamentally a check. First point. It's a check where the signature of the person will be there on the front side of the check. Will be present on the front side of the check. Will be present on the front side of the check. And the payment from this check, can be received, and the payment of the check can be received from any branch of the concerned bank in the country, and the payment can be received from any branch. That is the best part. In demand draft, it is only particular branch and particular bank. But here, any branch of that particular bank in the whole country. That means if I take a traveler's check, that is the reason it's called traveling. You travel from one part to the other, but still you can use that check at different regions of the same bank. For example, SBI, I use traveler's check, I can use it in Chennai. But the whole point is it must be SBI bank only again. I can't go to any other banks and use that traveler's check. A check which I have issued at Hyderabad can be used as a check in Chennai. I can receive the payment using that check there. Such kind of checks are called traveler's checks. I hope all of you have understood this. So, check, banking money, check is done, demand draft is done, and then traveler's check. Please remember, in a traveler's check, the sign will be in the front and the payment can be at any branch of that particular bank throughout the country. That is the meaning of traveler's check. Yes. Okay. So traveler's check is also done now. Let's move on to the next form of banking money. So the word itself says post. Postal order. It was also called money order before. So postal order is something where money from one, it is movement of money from one post office to another post office. It is movement or order of money from one post office to another post office in a different region in the country. So from one PO box number to another PO box number. From one post office to another post office. If money can be transferred, such an order is called postal order. Such an order is called postal order. Now because the transfer of money is taking place from one post office to the other post office, this post office will take a fee. It will take a fee because it is transferring money from one office to the other. So the purchaser of this service should pay a fee to this particular post office so that they transfer the money from one post office to the other post office. That is the meaning of a postal order. That is the meaning of postal order. So these are the different forms of banking money. One is check, one is demand draft, one is traveler's check, and one is postal order. These are the different forms. Put a star mark for this. Yep. I hope all of you have understood it. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Moving on. The next form of money, third form basically, is called credit money. What's it called? It's called credit money. Credit money. So credit itself says it is usually amount which falls in your account. Very simple. How it is coming, that's a different ballgame. You will say income is credited into your account. Loan is credited into your account. So any money which is credited or which is falling inside your account, if this is your account, money which flows inside your account, that is called credit fundamentally. Credit always does not mean it is a loan. Please remember that. Credit always does not mean it is loan. Loan is a form of credit. Income is a form of credit. So this credit may happen from a loan or it can be income also. So anything which it's positive, something which falls into your account or adds into your account, that is called credit. Something which leaves your account, it is called debit. If you look at your messages, 15 lakh rupees is credited into your account, that means plus ho gaya aapke account mein. 15 lakhs is debited from your account, that means minus ho gaya from your account. That is the meaning of credit. So something which falls into your account. So, what is this credit money? Please take down. Credit currency means it is a currency accepted between two parties. Two parties. It is a currency which is accepted between two parties, or fundamentally this is nothing but it's a form of agreement. It is a form of agreement. An agreement between two parties to accept the forms of exchange, that is called credit money or credit currency. It's called credit currency between two parties. That is the meaning of credit. So just take down, credit currency means currency which is in which currency in which the credit is denominated. Currency in which the credit is denominated, provided there is an acceptable agreement between the two parties. Provided there is an acceptable agreement between the two parties. Provided there is an acceptable agreement between the two parties. That is the meaning of credit money. Now, what are the different forms of credit money? Let's look at that. What are the different forms of credit money? Let's look at that. The first form of credit money is called bills of exchange. The first form is called bills of exchange. The first form of credit money is called bills of exchange. So fundamentally, this bill of exchange is nothing but it is a instrument. Please write down this. It is an instrument and it should be in writing. It is a financial instrument which should be in writing. Where an unconditional order must be present, plus an unconditional order must be present, and it should be signed. It should be signed by the maker who makes it. It should be signed by the maker who makes that particular instrument. And what they do is they say that a particular person must be paid. A particular person must be paid. The maker says this particular person must be paid. This particular person must be paid, or this payment should be done to the maker. Particular person must be paid, or the person should pay to the maker on the objects of demand. On demand. On demand. But all these things in a future time, that is the important point. In a future time or period, without any conditional orders or without any conditions, such kind of currency is called bill of exchange. It's called bill of exchange. So of course, future time period, and also certain sum or certain amount. So they will tell you before, on a particular day, in a particular place, in a particular blank, this much particular amount has to be given by that particular person on demand. Such kind of thing is called bill of exchange. That kind of amount is called bill of exchange. I hope all of you have understood this. Bill of exchange means it's a financial instrument which is given in writing with an unconditional order but signed by the maker of it to tell the other person, you are going to give me a payment or I am going to do a payment to you at a particular day or a time period in future with respect to a particular certain amount. Such kind of exchange, and the key is it should be in future with a certain sum. Such kind of currency is called credit currency. That kind of currency is called credit currency. That is the meaning of this. Right. Another form of credit money is hundi, what we use in the temples and all. Another form of credit money is hundi money. This is also a financial instrument. This is also a financial instrument, and this should also be in writing. This should also be in writing. This should also be in writing, and this is usually developed during the medieval periods for trade and other transactions, for credit transactions fundamentally. So even in hundi also, it should be a financial instrument which is given in writing, and same thing, it should be paid to a particular person. It should be paid to a particular person a sum of money. A sum of money should be paid to a particular person, where the highlight is the name of the person must be mentioned. Name of the person must be mentioned. So in hundi, when you put an amount, you are telling that, okay, this amount has to go to a particular person only. That is called hundi. So the point is, most of the hundi which happens with India is all temple hundis. So you are putting money into the hundi. The hundi is telling that all this money will go to God. So fundamentally, you are giving money to God. Means the temple authorities, in the name of God, will start developing the temple. So fundamentally, all the money that you put it in the hundi of a temple will go to the services which are rendered by the temple to the public. So fundamentally, it is to the God. Means directly, it is to the people who are serving the temple. So such kind of money is called hundi money or credit money. So again I repeat, hundi is also a form of financial instrument which is to be given in writing, and particular person, let's say a particular sum of money has to be paid. There the highlight is the name of the person must be mentioned. The name of the person must be mentioned. In temples, name of the person is nothing but God. We are giving money to the God. That is the whole point. Fundamentally, it is not to the God but to the temple authorities to develop the temple in a much better way. That is the whole point. I hope all of you have understood this. Right. So if you look at today's work, please look at this. What have we done till now? Just a small revision before we go ahead for the next one. Okay. So first we discussed about all the different forms of money. In this, there is something called actual money and acceptable money. Within the actual money, you have metallic money and paper money. Within the metallic money, you have token money, and the other form is, as I said, it is full-bodied money, full-bodied token money. Full-bodied token money is another form of metallic money. Similarly, in paper money, you have representative money, convertible money, and fiat money. Coming to acceptable money, you have legal tender, where you have limited legal tender and unlimited legal tender. And in this you have something called bank money and credit money. These are the different forms of monies. These are the different forms of money that we have discussed today. So money, different forms, actual, acceptable. So here you have, this is the legal tender. So this is all the formats. I think we have covered all of these guys right now. Now, what is the next thing that we have discussed? We have discussed something called purchasing power. Purchasing power means, again, whatever amount you can, whatever goods, services and commodities we can buy with a particular amount of currency or paper. Now again you have domestic purchasing power, domestic PP, and international PP. And you have international PP. So domestic purchasing power is nothing but with your currency what you can buy within your geographical region, that is called domestic purchasing power. While international purchasing power is nothing but with your currency what you can buy from the international countries, that is called international purchasing power. That is the meaning of it. So this is the purchasing power concept, domestic as well as international. Next, we discussed about paper money. So fundamentally paper money is nothing but money which is made out of paper. But whenever I talk about paper money, it is always linked with respect to the gold reserves. So always linked with respect to the gold reserves or gold bullions. Now in this again we have divided the paper money into representative money, convertible money and fiat money. So what is representative money? It is a money where gold is first put in reserve and equivalent amount of money is given in terms of paper. So first the reserve of the gold is very important. The more the reserve, the more circulation can happen. Less the reserve, less the circulation of paper money can happen. That is called representative currency or representative paper money. The next form is convertible paper money. What do you mean by convertible? The word itself suggests you can convert from one form to the other form. So what is that? Gold into paper, paper into gold. But the beauty is all of them can happen on demand. You can go and demand, okay, give me 1,000 crores because so much worth of gold I have deposited in your bank. That is called convertible paper money. The other form of money is called fiat money. Fiat means inconvertible, something which cannot be converted. So, especially this situation happens when the metal reserves are not there, but still you want to do the transaction. Under such situations, you use something called fiat paper money. It's convertible, and please remember, it is not a full-bodied thing. It is not a full-bodied thing. I told you what is full-bodied. The face value should be equal to the value of the commodity. That is called full-bodied currency, full-bodied exchange. The value of the commodity should be equal to the face value of that particular currency. That is called full-bodied. That is the meaning of this. After paper money, we discussed about, so these are paper money and all these things are what monies? They are actual monies. Now we'll discuss about the actual monies. Now here we have what? Sorry, this one, it's not actual. Sorry, this is, extremely sorry for this. This is acceptable money, sorry. It's called acceptable money. What is accepted and running in the economy? That's called acceptable money. Under acceptable money, we have discussed about something called legal tender money. So legal tender, as the word suggests, it is coming from law. Legally approved money is called legal tender money. Something which the law of the land decides. Legally, such kind of money can be accepted, and that money can never be refused for any transaction. For example, India mein rupees chalta hai. Throughout the country, wherever you go, no one can say, I will not take this money. It is in rupees, you have to pay me only in dollars. They can't say that within India. That is called legal tender money. Under legal tender money, again we have limited legal tender and unlimited legal tender. Limited legal tender is where there is a limit on the level of currency. For example, 1,000 rupees note is there. The maximum limit you can go is only 1,000. You can't create 2,000 rupees and give it. That is not possible. Similarly, unlimited means no limit. How much amount of payment you can do, you do it with a limited tender currencies. That is called unlimited legal tender. This is acceptable money forms. Legal tender money. And the other form of acceptable money is called bank money. It is called bank money. Now please understand what are the different forms under bank money, currency, banking. All financial institutions will accept this. Under this, the first form is called check. Check is always associated with bank and an account holder. It is a right given to the account holder to deposit or remove money from a bank account on the demand of the account holder. That is the meaning of check. So under bank money, please remember, you can transfer from one bank account to the other bank account without the physical movement or the physical carrying of money, which usually happened in the erstwhile days. Now again, moving on, we discussed about all the different amounts of banking money, different forms. One is check, one is demand draft and commission and traveler's check and postal order. What is the meaning of check? As we discussed it already. Then we'll discuss about something called demand draft. What is a demand draft? It is a draft on the demand. You are demanding the bank to transfer a particular amount of money to a particular bank at a particular place, at a particular location, for a particular amount of money, and you are also writing the purpose of it. So such kind of thing is called demand draft. For this service, the bank will take a little bit of commission. So it is a prepayment for a particular branch of the bank, and amount will be taken plus the commission also will be taken. That is called a demand draft. Next one is called traveler's check. What is this traveler's check? It is a check fundamentally on which the signature of the maker must be there. Signature or sign in front should be made, and the payment can be done at any branch of that particular bank within the whole country. So SBI ka traveler's check liya to you can use that check anywhere of SBI in any branch in the country. That's called traveler's check. And the last one we have discussed about is postal order. What do you mean by postal order? It is a movement of money from one post office to another post office on demand. You tell a post office, boss, you move this money from this postal code to another postal code. So one place to the other place. Since the postal office people actually carry the money without your risk and the responsibility they take, they will charge a small fee for such service to the fellow who is purchasing the service. I want the service to move 50 lakhs from one post office to other post office. I can use a postal order. I will go to the post office, put that money there. They will give me a small receipt saying that okay this, and on 50 lakhs they will take a small fee amount, and that amount, it's no more your responsibility. It's the responsibility of the postal office to move that 50 lakhs from one point to the other point. They lose the money, they are responsible for it. So that is the advantage. That is postal order. Now, this is banking money. And the last form that we have discussed today is called credit money. Credit money. It is called credit money. Credit money, again there are two forms. One is bills of exchange and one is hundi. Bills of exchange, it is a financial instrument which is given in writing, and it should be an unconditional order where it is signed by the maker of it, saying that particular amount should be paid to a particular person, or particular person should pay to me, either ways, on a particular future date. On a particular future date for a certain amount. That is called a bill of exchange. That is called bill of exchange. And the next one is called hundi. Hundi usually use it in temples, but it is not. But the concept of hundi is, again, it is a financial instrument which is given in writing, and it is a particular person will be paid as particular sum amount of money, but the name of the person should be mentioned in that particular hundi. It is fundamentally a trust kind of thing, trust kind of thing, where money is transferred from one person to the other person on a particular day and a particular time in future, or there's no particular date or future like that. Particular person should be paid such an amount. Usually in temples, it is that particular person becomes God. That is the only point. So I hope all of you understood this very clearly and you got some advantage out of it. So that is about it. So just take 2-3 minutes time, go through all the things which we have discussed, then we'll move to a new thing in 2-3 minutes. Just Okay, we'll move on to another topic. Now, money classification based on money classification based on supply. So how money is supplied, it is again divided into some categories. So what are those categories? We will see one by one based on the supply of the categories. So what do you mean by, first, what do you mean by money supply? What do you mean by money supply? That is the first point. Money supply is nothing but the total money, which is in circulation, at a particular point of time. The total amount of money which is circulated at a particular point of time with the people, that is called money supply. Again repeat, the total stock of money in circulation, among the public at a particular point of time is called money supply. The total stock of money in circulation among the public at a particular point of time is called money supply. So these supplies are categorized into majorly four forms. M1, M2, M3, M4, and along with that you also have something called M0. This is the different formats of supplying chain. So first let's discuss about M0, because from there everything starts. This M0 name is called reserve money. This M0 is called reserve money. This M0 is called reserve money. This reserve money is nothing but the currency in circulation, CC, the currency in circulation plus bankers' deposit with RBI, plus other deposits with RBI. So fundamentally, reserve money is the currency which is in circulation plus what the bankers, all the banking system will put a reserve with respect to the RBI. They will put some part of it, that's called cash reserve ratio and other ratios. They will put with the banks. So the money which is available with the RBI and the other deposits of the RBI, all of them together is called reserve money, which is represented as M naught. This M naught also has another name. It is called high powered money. It's also called high powered money. This M naught is also called high powered money. It's also called base money. It's also called base money, or it is also called monetary base. Base money or monetary base represents M naught. M naught is nothing but the total amount of reserves that the RBI fundamentally has. So based on that, you can say this is the monetary base of a particular economy. The central bank reserve is nothing but the monetary base of that particular economy. The central bank reserve is nothing but the monetary base of that particular money. So this is monetary base. So please write down M naught is nothing but the currency in circulation plus the bankers' deposits with respect to RBI, other deposits of RBI, all of them together is called M naught, or it's also called the reserve money, represented as M0 or M naught. This money is fundamentally the monetary base of a particular economy. This money is called the monetary base of a particular economy. I hope all of you have done that. Okay. The next form of money is called M1. M1's name is called narrow. It is called narrow money. It is called narrow money. Narrow money fundamentally has other deposits of RBI plus saving accounts with all the banks, saving account deposits of all the banks, and all the deposits which are present in all the banks. Like for example, saving account, current account, and other deposits of RBI with respect to all the banks, which for example SBI will have its own savings deposits, current account deposits. HDFC Bank will have its own savings account, savings deposits and current account deposits. Indian Bank will have so many banks. So the sum of all these quantities which are present inside the banks, which are regular banks, plus the other deposits of RBI, and also you can also include post office savings. All these things are called narrow money, or it is also called narrow money, represented as M1. Represented as M1. Narrow money, M1. So please take down, narrow money is nothing but represented as M1 with the other deposits of RBI, savings accounts and current account deposits of all the banks, and also the post office savings. All of them together is called narrow money. So just a minute, wait. So now just small Error. I'll do one thing. Just break this into a different piece maybe. Okay. Next. M2. Please take down M2. M2 is nothing but M1 plus post office savings. So fundamentally M2 is nothing but narrow money M1 plus the post office savings. This is called M2 based on the supply. Based on the supply, that is called M2. This is post office savings plus the narrow money is called M2. And the next form of money is called M3, which is called, since that is narrow, the opposite of it, broad money. Broad money. This broad money is nothing but M1, which is narrow money, plus time deposits. Time deposits. Broad money is nothing but M1, which is narrow money, M1 which is broad, M1 which is narrow money, plus the time deposits with the whole banking system. So M3 is nothing but the broad money, which is nothing but M1, which is narrow money, plus the time deposits of the whole banking system is called M3. That's another format with respect to supply. Supply, as I told you, it is nothing but the total circulation which is happening. So that means M3 is nothing but narrow money circulation plus time deposit circulation within the whole banking system. So again I repeat, M1 is nothing but narrow money, which represents the other deposits of RBI plus the savings accounts and the current account of that particular banking system. Next, M2 type is nothing but narrow money plus post office savings. That is M2. M3, it's also called broad money, which is nothing but your narrow money plus the time deposits which are available in the whole banking system, not just one or two. Time deposits of the banking systems. Time deposits of the banking systems, it's called M3. And finally, the last kind, M4. M4 is nothing but, see, just M2 is nothing but M1 plus post office savings of banking, of post office savings. So M4 is nothing but M3, which is the broad money, plus the post office savings of the whole banking system. Post office savings of the whole banking system is called M4 type. Post office savings of the whole banking system is called M4 type. So finally, we have divided the money classification based on the supply side as M0, M1, M2, M3 and M4. M0 fundamentally, first let's understand what do you mean by money supply. Money supply is the total circulation of currencies and money which is happening within the public in that particular geographical area with respect to the public present in that particular geographical area. That is called money supply. In money supply, total base data supply, there are 5 kinds basically. One is M0, one is M1, M2, M3 and M4. So 5 types basically, but majorly it is categorized as 4. So M0, M0 is a reserve money, the money which is present with respect to the banker's deposit of the RBI and other deposits of RBI and the amount of circulation which is happening within that particular system. That is called reserve money. It is represented as M0. Now moving on, M1 is nothing but it is the other deposits of RBI plus the savings accounts and the current account which is present. That is all called M1. It's called narrow money. What is M2? It is nothing but narrow money plus post office savings deposits of the banks. These are called narrow money. What is M3? It is nothing but broad money, which is nothing but M1, which is the narrow money plus the time deposits of the whole banking system. Time deposits. We will discuss about time deposits and all these things in the next class. Time deposits of that particular banking system. And finally, we have M4 type, which is nothing but M3, which is the broad money plus the post office savings of the whole banking system. Here it is time deposits, here it is post office deposits of the whole banking system. That's the see, please try to understand here when I say post office savings, it only represents the savings of it. But here, the fine difference is M4, it is not just savings. You can actually say M3 plus all deposits of post office savings banks. All deposits here. Here only savings deposit. Here you have only savings of the post office. You will put it under M2. But here for M4 you will involve all the deposits of that particular optionals of the post office systems. So what we have dealt, a quick revision quickly. So money classification based out of supply, M0, M1, M2, M3, M4. M0 is reserve money which is exclusively with respect to RBI. M2, M1 is nothing but narrow money which has other deposits of RBI and savings account deposits, current account deposits which are present with respect to all the banks of that particular system or the banking system. And next M2 is nothing but M1 plus post office ka savings only. Only the saving account deposits of the post office are put into M2. M3 is nothing but broad deposits which includes narrow money plus the time deposits which of the whole banking system. Pura banking systems ka time deposits will come under M3. And M4, the final one is nothing but M3 of the whole bank, which is the broad money, plus all deposits of the post office banking system, whatever is there, all the deposits will be included under M4. So the classification of the money supply has been in this format, and this has been actually there from almost 1970s, 1975-77, that was the period when this kind of supply chain started for India. So these are all the different models. So let's have a quick glance at what we have done today. Quick one. So what have we done today? We discussed about all the money forms, actual money, acceptable money. Then we discussed about different formats, metallic money, paper money, bank money, credit money, legal tender. Then the next part we discussed about what kind of purchasing powers, domestic, international. Then we discussed about paper money, what are the different types, representative, convertible, inconvertible, and that's called fiat money. And how this paper money is linked to gold reserves or bulletins with respect to RBI. Then we discussed about acceptable money, which is legal tender money which cannot be refused. and in that you have limited as well as unlimited. Then you have bank money. Under bank money you have currency, all financial instruments. What are the different forms? You have check. I told you what is check, account holders, and physical form from one bank to the other form, no need of physical movement. What are the different forms of banking money? Check, demand draft. Demand draft is nothing but it's a prepayment model, and they'll be taking commissions. Traveler's check, you have to sign it in the front, and it can be utilized at any branch throughout the country. Next, postal order from one post office to the other post office, so a small fee will be collected by them. Next, you have credit money. Under credit money, you have bills of exchange and hundi. Bills of exchange, it is nothing but a financial rate. It should be in writing. It will clearly mention who it has to pay it at one time, but the beauty is it is all with respect to future. Hundi, same financial writing person, but the name of the person will be clearly mentioned to whom the money should go. That is this one. Next, what are the different formats with respect to classification of supply? You have 3 types, 5 types totally. So what is money supply? Total circulation within the system. M0, it is a reserve money with respect to RBI. Next, what is M1? Narrow money. M2, narrow money plus post office, savings, post office. M3, broad money, which is M1 plus time deposits of the whole banking system. And M4, which is nothing but broad money plus all the deposits of that particular post office saving systems. So that's all for today. I hope all of you have understood this. Please have a good revision of all these topics, because this is the base for your economy. If you don't understand this, then you'll have a problem. So I hope after this explanation, I think you should be able to do a lot of things. So that's all for today. Have a nice day, and please revise. Thank you. Have a nice day.